Some places are abandoned by people. Some are abandoned by God. Deep within the dead forest stood Silva Obscura Hotel, a place travelers entered, but never truly left. On a storm-ridden night, a wounded hiker walked toward its lights, searching for shelter. What he found instead was punishment. After for 3 days, the forest refused to let him leave. Bleeding, exhausted, and half-drunk, the hiker wandered through the storm. Then, through the darkness, he saw Silva Obscura Hotel waiting for him. The reception hall stood silent. No staff, no footsteps, only rain and flickering lights. As the hiker approached the counter, the reception bell rang softly. Then an old man stepped from the darkness with a strange smile.
Wish you a very warm welcome, sir.
The hiker froze. Something about the old man felt painfully familiar.
Very long journey.
The hiker nodded. Faint memories flashed through his mind. Bottles shouting, his mother crying. The manager smiled. The manager handed him the key slowly. Room 217. The hallway outside room 217 stretched endlessly. Every room felt abandoned, yet strangely familiar. In a shattered mirror, the hiker briefly saw himself as a child. Then he opened the guest register. Every page carried the same name, Silva Obscura. Exhausted and barely able to stand, the hiker stopped outside room 217. The hallway grew colder. The door creaked open. Inside, a drunk man screamed while a child watched silently from the corner. The hiker froze. He knew this room, not from the hotel, from childhood. The child slowly looked at him and whispered, "Why didn't you save her?" Exhausted and barely able to stand, the hiker froze. Another door had appeared, and somehow he already feared what was waiting on the other side. His mother lay dying beside the hospital machine, but across the room, the young hiker and his girlfriend cared only about drugs and money. Her trembling hand reached towards him. The hiker stumbled back into the hallway, breathing harder now. Room 219 waited at the end in complete silence. The previous rooms had shown memories. This one felt like judgment. Candles surrounded his mother's coffin as grieving relatives sat in silence. Beside her stood his father, alone. Then the hiker realized something horrifying. He wasn't there. Only an empty chair waited beside the coffin. "She waited for you," his father whispered. The hallway fell completely silent. Only room 220 remained. Exhausted beyond fear, the hiker stared at the half-open door. The room was empty. No monsters, no memories, only silence. Then the hiker finally understood. The hotel had stopped showing him monsters because the monster had always been him. And for the first time in years, he cried. The manager stepped from the darkness.
Every room showed the truth. You wanted monsters to blame, but the real horror was what you became.
The manager's expression suddenly dark, and without warning, he rushed toward the hiker. "Every room showed the truth," he shouted. The hiker stumbled backward as the hotel trembled around him.
"This is not a dream."
The old man collapsed slowly, a strange smile still on his face. "Now you understand," he whispered. Then the hotel began to rot around him. The hiker walked beneath cold hospital lights. Police officers stood silently around his bed. There was no hotel manager, one of them said. Then they showed him the photograph. The dead man was his father. Silva Obscura had never existed. The hotel, the rooms, the manager, all of it had been created by his fractured mind. And the monster inside the hotel had been him all along. The hiker sat silently on the hospital bed, unable to escape the guilt crushing him. Then one journalist stepped closer than the others. An old man, thin, pale, smiling. Something about him felt horribly familiar. "One picture, sir," the journalist said softly. The camera flashed. For a brief second, the hospital room went dark. Then the old man slowly showed the photograph to the hiker. His blood turned cold. The image was not the hospital. It showed Silva Obscura Hotel standing deep within the forest, and in front of the entrance stood his family, his mother, his father, himself as a child, and beside them, the hotel manager, the same smile, the same hollow eyes. The hiker looked up in terror, but the journalist had vanished. Only the photograph remained on the bed. On the back, written in faded ink, "Some guests never leave."